Monkey.
YouTube channel name is Pound for Pound Boxing, and I feel that it's only fair I did a pound for pound list. Now, remember, this is just my subjective opinion. We all have our opinions at the end of the day, so comment whether you like the list and what you agree and disagree with. No one is going to have the exact same list. We all differ in our opinions, guys. But as you can see, I've selected a bunch of fighters just because I don't want you guys to know my order. Because once you've done like 7, 8 of the guys, it's like, oh, I think I know who's going to be 2. I think I know who's going to be 1. I want to keep you guys guessing. I'm going to start from 10 below. Now, these are the fighters I've chosen. I probably could have added a few more fighters, but I just kind of wanted to get to the video. I think Artur Beterbiev or Beterbiev, depending on how you want to pronounce his name, should be number 10, and I'll explain why. Beterbiev has looked absolutely relentless in his performances. This is a man who's won every single fight by KO. He's got all of the belts in the light heavyweight division, bar the WBA belt. Bivol has that belt. So, yeah, I do believe that Artur Beterbiev deserves this ranking, and that's because of how tremendous he's looked in his fights. So, comment down below, does Beterbiev even deserve to be on the list? Who knows? My number 9, where is he? Just give me a sec. Here he is, Josh Taylor. Now, I value having belts, and Josh Taylor was undisputed. I believe he vacated one of his belts recently so he can ensure he gets the Jack Catterall rematch. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but yeah, Josh Taylor been undisputed for a while. He only just recently vacated his belt. He could have been higher, but he got a lucky decision over Jack Catterall. So that's why I'm going to have Josh Taylor at 9 and not higher. All right, my number 8. In my opinion, the most skilled guy in all of boxing, the most technical fighter, and the future pound for pound number 1, Shakur Stevenson. I mean, if you look at Shakur Stevenson's performance against Robson Conceição, against a gold Olympian, he absolutely dominated him. If you look at Shakur Stevenson's performance against Oscar Valdez, who beat Robson Conceição, he absolutely dominated Oscar Valdez. I mean, did Oscar Valdez even win a round against Shakur Stevenson? I mean, this geezer's timing, his distance, all of his technical attributes are just amazing. He is extremely sound technically. He obviously lacks punching power, but it's not about being a big puncher. It's about skills. Skills pay the bills, and this young man, Shakur Stevenson, is not lacking in skills. 7, Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. Yes, believe it or not. A lot of people think, oh, I'm a bit harsh on Tyson Fury. Some people may even call me a Tyson Fury hater based off previous videos. But Tyson Fury, he dominated Vladimir Klitschko. He's got the WBC belt. He beat Deontay Wilder twice. He arguably beat Wilder in the first fight, according to some. Listen, that fight could have gone either way. I was happy with the draw. Could have gone in Fury's favor, and it could have gone in Wilder's favor. But 2 phenomenal performances against Deontay Wilder. And the reason I have Tyson Fury this high is not because of the belts. He only has one belt, the WBC belt. But the reason I have Fury this high is because of his tremendous performances at the top level. Deontay Wilder is one of the biggest punchers in history, and Fury completely adapted his game plan and to cater for Deontay Wilder. He put Deontay Wilder on the back foot, and he came up with 2 brilliant performances, particularly the performance in the second fight. Absolutely flawless. So Tyson Fury is my number 7. My number 6 should have him down here. Where is he? Where is he? I actually haven't put him in, surprisingly, but my number 6 is Jamel Charlo. I don't know how I forgot to put Jamel Charlo in. I thought I put both Charlo brothers down here, but yeah, Jamel Charlo is my number 6. It's embarrassing that I forgot his actual image, But yeah, number 6, Jamel Charlo. Number 5, Devin the Dream Haney. Now, after Shakur Stevenson, I think that Devin Haney is probably the most skilled fighter. Maybe you could argue Spence and Crawford, and we'll get onto them too. But Devin Haney, he won his undisputed titles against George Kambosos in Australia. He defended them against George Kambosos in Australia. I mean, he's got the skills. He's undisputed. It looks like he might fight Lomachenko next. If he doesn't, he'll vacate his belts and move up. Two phenomenal performances from Devin Haney this year. He could arguably win Fighter of the Year with those two performances. Far, far away from the US, flying out to Australia, completely dominating Kambosos off the jab in the first fight, showing us a lot more tools in the second fight. So, a very, very exciting future ahead of him. If Shakur Stevenson isn't the future pound for pound number one, I think it would be Devin Haney. Honestly, that's how highly I rate Haney and even Shakur. Let's get on to number 4, Saul Canelo Alvarez. Now, Canelo is an interesting one because not long ago, most people had him up here. But I think with him fighting Triple G, he didn't look all that good. With him losing to Dmitry Bivol, it knocks him down a couple of levels. Canelo is up here because he has a fantastic resume. I don't think any of his recent performances have been that great. And whilst he is undisputed, he's undisputed in one of the weaker divisions. But because he is undisputed, and I have said that I do value belts, and he has a great resume, and he's had titles in lower weight classes, and he's constantly moving up and down in weight and challenging himself. That's why I'm going to have Canelo at number 4. Number 3 should be here. Here he is. Errol the Truth Spence. Errol Spence Jr. The only reason he's not higher is because he isn't undisputed or he hasn't moved up in weight classes. Errol Spence is a tremendous fighter. I mean, did you see what the guy did to Kell Brook, Mikey Garcia? Kell Brook's not the best example because that was a very competitive fight, but the Mikey Garcia fight, the Danny Garcia fight coming off a long layoff, the fact that he's got 3 belts in arguably the most competitive division in all of boxing alongside the lightweight division. Um, See what he did to Yordenis Ugas. Yeah, Errol Spence, he is definitely the truth. He has a fantastic resume at the welterweight division. You know, some say Errol Spence is the best welterweight, some say Crawford. They're going to have to fight for us to know for sure. But Errol Spence, his performances, at the elite level have been very, very good. So that's why I have Errol Spence as my number 3. My number 2, Alexander Usyk. Now, Alexander Usyk was undisputed in the cruiserweight division, and he has 3 of the 4 belts as a heavyweight. The only reason Usyk isn't number 1 is because he only really beat Joshua at heavyweight. I think he also fought Chad Witherspoon and Derek Chisora. He definitely fought Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora, I don't consider him elite heavyweight, even by the time Usyk fought him. I don't know how he has a fight against Fury. Absolutely shocking. But yeah, he's only beaten Anthony Joshua at heavyweight. But as a cruiserweight, he's definitely an all-time great. He needs to defend his belts a couple more times. If he can beat Tyson Fury, I'm gonna have to put him at number 1. If he can beat Tyson Fury. But the fact that he was undisputed as a cruiserweight, he beat Joshua, Chisora, Chad Witherspoon. I need to slow down with my speaking. You know, decent resume as a heavyweight. It's just not enough fights and not enough top level opposition. But yeah, great resume as a cruiserweight, Alexander Usyk. And let's see if he can add more to his resume as a heavyweight. But this is the unified heavyweight champion of the world, Usyk, as number 2. All right, my number 1. I think you guys saw this coming. Terence Bud Crawford. I mean, Terence Crawford, the only man to stop Sean Porter. Terence Crawford stopped Kell Brook in what, 4 rounds? I mean, I thought that was going to be a super competitive fight. I know a lot of people will say Kell Brook lost his punch resistance by the time he fought Terence Crawford. And a lot of people say Spence is the bigger puncher, and it makes sense because Spence is way bigger than Crawford. But I've always thought that Crawford is a much more ferocious puncher than Spence. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out. They still need to fight a few more top level fighters. They need to fight each other. So to really know, I'd like to see them fight each other. But for me, I've always thought Crawford was a big puncher, even though he is a kind of a small welterweight. He was undisputed. You know, in the previous weight division. Although it wasn't the strongest division, he's moved up to welterweight. He doesn't have that extra size someone like a Spence has, and he's absolutely taken out his opposition, stopping them early. Guys like Kell Brook. He dropped Sean Porter, then he KO'd Porter. He just needs to fight a few more top level fighters, but I don't think that's his fault. I blame more Bob Arum and the PBC. So yeah, guys, this is my list. Apologies for forgetting to include Jamel Charlo, because I swear I remember adding Jamel Charlo and Jamal Charlo, but yeah, they're just not there. So Crawford is number one, Usyk two, three Spence, four Canelo, five Devin Haney, six Jamel Charlo, seven Tyson Fury, eight Shakur Stevenson, nine Josh Taylor, and 10 Artur Beterbiev or Beterbiev. And you've got guys here like Ennis, Inoue, Wilder, Ryan Garcia, Joshua, Anthony Yard, Benavidez, Bivol, Lopez, Caleb Plant, Lomachenko, Javante Davis, Virgil Ortiz, so many guys. I don't think they were quite good enough to make the top 10 list, but listen, you can only have 10, and that's my top 10, where Jamel Charlo was number 6. Crawford is my pound for pound number 1. Comment, do you agree? Do you disagree? Is this a decent list, or do you guys not like this list? To me, this is a pretty uh, subjective. Well, it's a pound for pound list, and pound for pound is subjective, but I've tried to be as objective as possible. I don't care about which fighters I like or who I don't like. If I feel like they're good, I put them in there. Like a lot of people might think I'm not a big Tyson Fury fan. Well, I've got him here as number 7 and he only has one belt. And I said that if he beats someone like Alexander Usyk, I could even move him above these guys. So Tyson Fury could easily leapfrog all of the guys ahead of him. Shakur can, anyone can move up and down. It's really based off your form, how you perform in your recent fights. But this is my current pound for pound list. If you guys like this video, I will make more tier list videos. I think they're pretty interesting. But yeah, this was just my quick tier list video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. All right, peace.